So, show and tell time.
Yes.
Share something you're tinkering with, like a new project or hobby. Now, I understand that depending on what it is, it might not be something that you can just bring and hold up to the
maybe it's
camera,
something
but
to share.
feel free to share it. Or if you were listening to the last bit of what we were talking about with the Tinker Project, if there's something that you're like, you know what, now that you say that, this is a Tinker Project I want to start. Right, so even if you haven't started it yet, we'd love to hear that. But you got one that you want to kind of kick us off with?
Yeah, this is something that that was kind of a dream of ours when we had after we had the storm in our backyard and we were starting to dream again about what the backyard could be. We had the dream of getting fruit trees planted. And so last summer we got 8? Is there 8 or 10 out there? I don't remember now. 8 or 10 fruit trees.
10. Yeah, 10.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've got like some apples and some cherries and pears and all the good stuff. And so when we got them planted, we definitely didn't know what we were doing. So we're like YouTubing, just to make sure, like, because you have to put certain ones by each other and all that cross-pollination kind of stuff. So it's been a little bit of a project. Mm-hmm. And they told us, it'd be several years before you're going to get any fruit, of course, because these are just a little taller than us. Well, I went out there to kind of fix some of the fencing because we ended up having to fence around them because the deer are like, yay, let's eat these, I went out there and there were like 20 cherries, you guys, on one of the trees. I know. I'm like, what? And it didn't even, they were just kind of hiding in the leaves. So sure enough, we picked them. We ate them. It was amazing. So it was definitely one of those like, okay, we've been, it's not a lot of work. It's not like we've been out there every week, but last summer I definitely spent a lot of time watering them. I would say that.
Yep.
And just hoping, hopeful for the future. And here we are. And meanwhile, some of the apple trees have apples too. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, little baby apples. Yeah, it was pretty. Some of every day I write down a happy moment for the day. Some sort of happy moment, and so that eating the first cherry off the first cherry tree was the happy moment of the day, and it was like one of those ones like, this is the happy moment of the quarter, probably definitely the month, right? I have certain ones that you're like, oh yeah, this is a winner for sure. So all right, let's go to Rich here. And let me get him pulled up. All right, Rich, do you have a Tinker Project you're about to start or have been working on, or what's going on?
I'm going to really quick hit on 2 that I am working on. So for the first time ever, I decided to do a vegetable garden. And it was inspired by a book called Braiding Sweetgrass, where a Native American woman talks about a 3 sisters garden where you have corn and beans and squash and how symbiotic they are with each other and how they grow both above and below the ground. So I thought, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it. And it's working. And I planted a bunch of other stuff too. And I know everybody and their brother does vegetable gardens, but for me, this was a first tinker time.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So what is something you've learned about yourself, or something new that you've learned about how nature works, or is there kind of a neat takeaway?
Just how much I don't know what I don't know. But that's okay. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm sometimes a bit of a this has to succeed or a bit of a perfectionist, and I'm just like, this is a pilot year, it's an experiment, I can just let it be what it is. And then I'm learning, I didn't even know, like, do radishes below the ground produce 1 radish or 5? And so I didn't know till I pulled them up.
What is
Which
it?
is totally
well,
fine.
how many did it produce?
1 per little thing.
Okay. Wow.
But the other one I wanted to just mention quick is when Martha retired, we both took a watercolor class. And then there's also a senior learning organization in Madison called Plato. And you can sign up, and they offer like 40 classes a semester, and you can take as many as you want for $60 a year. And so we are taking a drawing class. It's a pencil drawing class. And now we've done two or three sessions of it, and I just love drawing, and I never knew I loved drawing because I mostly thought that I had to be a perfectionist with that too. And so sometimes I actually mix the drawing and the watercolor. And our next door neighbor's an artist, and she uses really unusual things, and so I'm mixing in gesso and turpentine, and I don't know, I'm just getting my own version of what art looks like. But I actually like the times that I go to the basement and just draw something.
Wow.
And that has never ever been in my sort of mindset that it would be something I could do or I could accept what I do. And so I've just given myself freedom to let it be what it is, and super enjoyable. So that's my
Wow.
other one, and I'll let other people.
Well, did you like to draw when you were a kid, Rich?
No.
Okay.
And stick figures were my best thing, and I
Wow.
always was highly critical of it. So now, for gifts, Martha gives me sketch pads and colored pencils and
Wow.
different kinds of pencils, and so it's just something different and something fun and something new in my 60s that I never knew I would enjoy.
That's cool. Well, that's what a great example of, like, again, not taking it too seriously, but also to not be caught in like, well, I've never done this before, or I've never liked this before, or I've never been good at it before. Doesn't mean that is no longer has to be the case. So we do have a question for you from Mike. He wants to know, for more than one radish, is it radishes or radish eye?
Radish eye.
I go for radish eye.
Yeah, I like that. I think that should be a new word if it's not already. So,
Just fun to
Somebody else
say.
asked, and the organization is called Plato, which stands for Participatory Learning and Teaching Organization, and it's mostly taught by like retired professors who want to keep doing their thing. And so Martha and I have done classic movie discussion, essay discussion, drawing, and so $60 a year, and you can take as many classes as you want. So I think it's under platomadison.org, and you don't actually have to live in Madison to do it.
It's
And
amazing.
half of them are probably in person, and half of them are Zoom.
huh.
So it's just a great way to explore a number of different topics, at this stage in life that you've just never had time for.
Super cool.
Can you pretend like you're older? Like, do you have to be older?
No, you don't have to be. It's just
Okay.
sort of the general sort of tenor of the organization is active learning for seniors, but they don't restrict it to seniors or people in Madison. And so you just get to explore things that you never made the possibility for.
I love it.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate that.
Thanks for sharing.
Let's see, Dorothy, do you have a Tinker project that you're working on right now? Let's hear about it.
She's always
I
tinkering.
think I might have shown you one of the one I did. I just started doing this in the last few months. But I started doing diamond dots.
Oh, wow.
Man.
And
Wow.
this is my latest one.
Holy cow. That is amazing. So that, yeah, is that the diamond? That's like the little things that you stick on. Yeah. And that doesn't drive you crazy? That would drive me so crazy. These little.
No, actually, I started doing it because I love to watch all the ball games. And so I do it during every basketball game, and I watch all the Brewer games. And I have two big ones that I got for my birthday. One's a flamingo with lots of blotchy, bright colors on it. And the other one, they made a mistake, which I love, because I was just looking at this other one. I thought, well, this is really cool. Went to my daughter's house for my birthday. And she said, they sent me the wrong one. This is the one they sent. I said, oh my God, that was the one I looked at last night. I said, and it's a hummingbird
Ah.
with a purple flower. So now I have two big ones.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah, that I started looking at those. They look, the things look a little smaller, but it could be I'm having eye issues with it. I think it's either my mental mess or the weather and the air quality.
Yeah. How long does it take you to do one like that red, white, and blue one? How long does that?
Let me think of how many ball games I watched. That's about the only way I can tell you. I probably watched maybe 7 ball games.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, the first one I did was sunflowers, and that's a really big one. It's about 4 times as big as this.
Wow.
And that one took me the whole month of March. I did it through March Madness.
Wow. That's cool.
I love that you combine it with something you love. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, kind of keeps your hands busy and you get to enjoy the game. And what an awesome thing. And
Yeah.
obviously you get different ones that like you start a whole new one and that's exciting at the beginning.
Yep.
And yeah.
Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
Thank you,
I
Dorothea.
kind of went through withdrawals though. When I got done with it, I turned on the game. I'm like, I don't have anything to do. I truly went through withdrawals. It was the
Yeah.
craziest thing in my head. I thought, what is wrong with me?
Time to get another one, right? Very cool. Thank you,
for
Dorothea. It's fun to
sharing.
share
It's
that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Good
you.
for you.
All right, Helen, you're up. Like, I want to squeeze another one in here. Helen, I feel like you're always tinkering with something. What are you working on now?
I fell in love with this. It's hard to get it focused, but this hand-blown glass pen from Milan.
Wait, what did you say? Hand-blown glass?
Yes,
Pen?
it's a pen.
Oh,
If I get
okay.
it.
Did you
There's
get
my
this
ca-
in
there's
Lake
my camera.
Geneva?
Yes, I did. I got it when I was at the Wonder Whimsy getaway,
Yeah. Okay.
and I had forgotten how much I like to work with inks,
Hmm.
and how you really need the right nib to do the right things. And so this brought back joy where several times a week I reach for it and I reach for quality ink and just spend time. And it may just be doing the alphabet or it may just be drawing shapes, but it's just the having that in your hand and the feel of it and remembering why I like art.
That's cool. And yeah, just to be able to like pick it up every once in a while and tinker around with it, just kind of neat, huh?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And that was just all like you kind of were you on the market for one when you saw it, or was it something that when no?
No,
Okay.
we were exploring Lake Geneva and we walked into this eclectic shop that had all kinds of things. And I saw the glass pen and I went right for it. And my husband, bless his soul, has always said, as a mechanic, he has the best tools in his toolbox. And so when it comes to either education or art, I should go for the best and not just satisfy or say, no, I'm not going to have it. He says, because the best is always what gets the most product done. And so you can waste lots of money on not having the best trying to achieve it, or you can just go ahead and bite the bullet and spend the best.
That's good advice, especially because a lot of times you get the cheaper thing, it wears out faster, and you end up buying 3 of them for the price of the one you could have had the good one. So I can relate to that for sure. Very cool. Thank you, Helen. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
And
thanks for sharing. That's
let's
awesome.
let's do one more. Let's get to let's see. Let me get him pulled up here. All right, we got Walt here. Hello, Walt.
Well, so as you guys know, I'm all about woodworking, and my winter project was to make a bookcase. They called it a trough bookcase, and I offered, after that was done, to make one for each of my daughter-in-laws. So Kim picked one out, made out of red oak. It's all done. Connie's, my other daughter-in-law, wanted one made out of white pine. That's all done. And my other daughter-in-law, Katie, said, I don't really want a bookcase. Would you make a bowl? So I do have a wood lathe, and the last time I did any serious wood turning was when I was in college, which was over 50 years ago. Now, in that time period, I also turned a wooden pen, which was okay. But now I had to go to the financial department in our home to see if I could buy some extra accessories that I needed. So buying a lathe is one thing, which I've had probably for 8 years. Haven't used that much other than making spindles for rocking chair and stuff like that. So anyway, I had to buy a chuck. I had to buy a faceplate, and I had to buy some newer turning tools. So now I'm all set up. I have a friend that will help me kind of get me going and stuff. But I think I have a pretty good handle on it already. But what I'm looking forward to is, as family members know, I have a huge selection of wood. So when you make little pens, you don't use very much wood. But when you make bowls and platters and stuff, you can really kind of go through some wood. And the other thing is, it's all free. When you do pen, you have to buy all the mechanism. Me being a little bit on the economical side, that didn't quite work out in my mind. So anyway, all my stuff came in the last couple of days, and if you've never had a chance to work with wood turning, it's probably one of the most relaxing hobbies that you can get involved in. And I also have some grandchildren that I'd like to introduce to that, because I get the hang. So anyway, after 50 years, I'm going to really get into it.
Cool. Well, another proof that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right?
And you know, you have to get the grandkids to set up your iPhone, Walt, with like the fast motion. What do they call that?
Oh, like the time lapse.
Yeah, the time lapse. Because wouldn't that be kind of neat to like see the bowl coming to life?
Yeah, it's like in 3 seconds. It's like, oh, this bowl is done.
I
That's
know.
great. Like,
I
wow,
know.
he's fast. Yeah, it'd be
So
great.
the kids will know how to do that. They can
Yeah.
help you.
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that, and
Yeah.
thank you to everybody who
This is inspiring.
piped in there. Yeah,
I know.
again, like, so something I was going to say about with Helen with the tools. You know, it's an interesting thing because sometimes we are too precious. Like if we have like a really nice journal that we
Yeah.
buy or a real good tool, like we're afraid of using it, or like it has to be
You have to use
you
it
have to do
for the
something
right
important with
purpose.
it.
Yeah.
And I get that, but there's also something to be said about getting a really nice tool that it just makes you want to make stuff than just, you know, like having rose art crayons, which I know are your favorite,
No.
versus Crayola. Like there's just a difference, you know? So no kid wants to color with rose art crayons. And they will not be a sponsor of our show, unfortunately. So anyway, just this is a good reminder, but great examples, you guys. Thank you so much.